Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 11 of Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. Things are progressing quite nicely. We're up to 3 cities now. We do still have quite a lot of aliens around. I'm just clearing out some of the miasma over here. We want to try and get rid of this alien nest if we can. Meantime, we still need to try and get a few trade routes built up. We're having a little bit of problem with our health. Hopefully we'll get that sorted out quite quickly. I am catching up Franco-Iberia on score right now, though I did notice that a few people went to war earlier. I can't exactly remember who it was that went to war with one another. One thing I have noticed about this game is there is a lack of information here about various different things. I mean, for a start, we don't have demographics anymore, at least not that I can see. There's no way of actually being able to tell who is ahead on things like production and science and all that kind of information, which is something that was always available to you in Civilization 5. Also, there's no real way to find out any information about the other civilizations, such as which kind of virtues they have and how many. You can find out what affinity that they're progressing, but apart from that, it's very difficult to find out any information about anybody. And this guy still doesn't like us. And I'm sure it's not just myself being blind, because I've just been having quite a lengthy chat with Marbers here about exactly the same thing, and he agrees with me. There's a lot of information missing from this game that was always presented to the player in Civilization 5 that does make it a lot easier to make informed decisions about what you're going to do. Now, it may be just that it's hidden away somewhere and we're not sure where it is. It may be an oversight, and it technically should be information that is available to us, but it's been sort of missed out for some reason, or it might be possible that there was a design decision to leave it out completely. Either way, it is a little bit annoying. We've got some aliens around down here as well. I wonder if we have an alien nest down here on this Xenomass. That's a possibility. Either way, we're going to continue on because there's not a lot else we can do. And the Stellar Codex. It looks like we are getting a few wonders pop up now from various people. So, what exactly is a Stellar Codex? Well, that'd be nice to find out, wouldn't it? So, let's have a look. No, I didn't want... Well, I suppose I could look it up in the Civlopedia. The Stellar Codex. So, that's 10% production for all orbital units, and orbital coverage around this city is increased by 4. Okay. So, there's another wonder that we're not going to be able to get. This city is now grown. It's not going to help the happiness too much, or the health, I should say. I'm really struggling to get out of the habit of calling it happiness instead of health. But let's go and do that. That's fine. Nothing currently being produced here, so we should definitely go and add something up to its production queue. This is the other thing as well, and this is something I've confirmed. It is not just my imagination. When you complete the current building, it doesn't tell you what the building was you just completed. Yes, I appreciate that it comes up in a pop-up very briefly to say that you've completed it, but that doesn't help when you get to this point and you go, so what was I building again? Because it just isn't there, which is very, very annoying. Of course, we can build armor now as well. That's why, I guess that's the unit that I couldn't find before when I was looking for the combat rover. It's now technically armor. So, we could build one of those. I probably will build one of those in my capital at some point. What should we get built over here, though? I guess we should try and get a little bit more health in if we can. Yeah, I guess Farmer Lab isn't a bad idea. Oh, no, we don't have the ultrasonic fence here yet. Well, that is definitely something that we need. So they'll just start working on that. It's going to take a little while. Don't think we need to be too hostile towards these aliens, so I'm happy to just leave them as they are. We've completed our production over here. I think what we were building was the trade depot, so we should be able to have a trade route over here now. We could go ahead and get a laboratory. We could go ahead and get a network. The network could actually be quite nice, but I think we might as well get the old Earth relic first. It's only 1 turn. What else have we got that needs orders? We've got this boat, of course. I just want to leave him here for now, just until we can go and sort out that that sort of snake that's out in the water. Oh yeah, we've got our explorer. Ah, that was right. He came over here to actually have a look where that station was that is now gone. So I would like to actually send him to have a little bit more of a look around the planet, because there's a lot of area that we have yet to discover. Not sure how easily we're going to be able to pass through some of the terrain. Might have to send him out into the water, but we do have to be careful when there are things like this sea dragon hanging around. So let's go on to the next turn. What I should have done, of course, was moved that supply caravan, that convoy, over to the other city. Well, remember to do that this turn. So let's go in here. Not sure where we can actually click on it, because it is... Oh, there it is, Trade Convoy. You are going to change City of Origin, and you're going to go to Aeon. We can build another one, of course, so no reason why we shouldn't do that. Let's continue to explore with you. Don't want to end in the miasma, so I'm just going to heal you up there. We have another production over here, so we've got that... right, say an auto plant. So +2 production, +1 energy from internal city or station trade routes, and +2 engineering specialist slots. That's not a bad thing to have. Get some more production going here in this city. So that's a quick turn where we can't do an awful lot. We are going to have to start working towards our affinity a little bit more. Especially if we want the aliens to leave us alone. There's a lot of aliens around here. We do have to be very, very careful. So we have a quest decision. What goes around. If we are able to survive on this planet... Now, if we are to survive on this planet, we must be conscious of our new ecosystem. Luckily, we've learned a lot from our past mistakes and have already installed a consistent recycling policy. The benefits of recycling are already known to us, but what of the recycled goods? Low-quality goods can be produced more quickly, thereby reaching more people. On the other hand, high-quality goods are sturdier and can be used for more demanding work, such as food production. In the long run, which will be more beneficial. So, we can either have plus 10% worker speed, or +1 food from recyclers. This is actually a little difficult choice. I mean, food is always good because population is always good, but there again we are having problems with health. Or there again we only have a few workers and they do seem to work quite slowly. I think I'm going to go for the extra food because it's always easier to just build more workers if we need them. So I think going for food makes the most sense, and we're certainly going to need to clear a safe path up to this. I'm guessing this is why we can't trade route to here, even though we did have a spare convoy here in our capital. The reason we probably couldn't trade here is because there's miasma blocking all the way to the city, which is what I'm trying to get rid of here with this satellite. Either way, our capital can go ahead and build something else. It was building another gunboat, and it has done. Let's go ahead and get one of those armour vehicles, because it's only 4 turns, so why not? We do have ourselves a new gunboat, so we can go out here and try and take out that Sea Dragon if we can. Unit needs orders, trade convoy. You are going to establish a trade route with Lalabella. Why not? Yeah, as you can see, this can't trade with this third city either. So it must be because it is blocked. So we will get another land trade route here and get that to trade with this city once we've got rid of the miasma. And hopefully the aliens won't take it out either. We've got another trade convoy there. You can't currently trade with anywhere. Oh, of course, only one... we can only trade to each station once per... civilization, so we can't send multiple trade routes to one station from multiple cities. So this trade convoy is going to have to wait because it can't go here yet because the tiles are all blocked. There's literally no way for it to get through. It would have to pass through miasma. There's all these red tiles that it cannot pass through. So we are going to need to... I'll probably get the worker to remove the miasma on this tile as well. But at least we understand that now. Let's put that unit to sleep for the time being and go on to the next turn. Because that worker is taking an incredibly long time to do anything here. Still a lot of aliens around. They're leaving me alone though because I'm not bothering the nest. Deorbit imminent. Aliens detected. Yep, we knew that. So let's start moving out a little bit. And we have found ourselves the monstrous sea creature, which has already taken some damage from us anyway. So let us go in here and... Right, you can't quite reach it from there, but you can move... Oh no, you're out of moves. I thought you had an extra movement there. My mistake. We don't have open borders with this guy, so getting through his land could be a little bit problematic. There's quite a bit of impassable terrain. Deorbit imminent, aliens detected, yep, all that stuff that we already know about. Games are very good at telling you stuff you already know, but not so good at telling you stuff that you'd like to know. Seems to be a lot of units coming our way. Now, we know these things do a lot of damage to boats, but we should have enough firepower here to be able to take this thing out. And indeed we have, which is really good. You can actually move back down into your own waters, and then there you can sit there and heal up. Now, can I move you out of here? Not really. You're kind of surrounded now as well, which sucks. I could put you in the water, but there's still one of those sea monster things. Not really any easy way to get you around. Even to the northeast, you're still blocked off by his borders. So, unless we're willing to send this guy in the water, it's going to be very difficult for him. I think I'm going to bring him back to base, and then I may actually embark him and send him off to the west, and we'll go and explore that way, though. It's probably going to be very, very dangerous out in the water for him. We'll have to see what happens. On to the next turn. Clearing a forest created 20 production for Ion, so that worker's finally managed to get rid of that forest. It may well be possible and safe now to create a sea trade route. And that's probably what we should do. We're only one turn away from producing that armor, so we'll probably go ahead and create a trade vessel after this one. And that ship is healing up nicely. Might just keep one of these ships out here just to make sure that the coast is clear. In fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea to actually put him in our own borders anyway, because at least that way he will be able to heal up. And once we get the ultrasonic fence up, that will actually give us a protected area. So we should be good with that. Yeah, we know about the aliens. Right, you've done the armor, so let's go ahead and get a trade vessel. That's only 2 turns. As for the armor, I think you are going to come down here. So this is basically cavalry. Yeah, it's definitely bringing a lot of units my way. Not too sure how aggressive he intends on being, but let him bring it. We haven't actually had any real aggressiveness from the AI yet. Would be nice if we could get a little bit more of our affinity, so we can get some healing from miasma. So what are we about to get? Xeno fuel plant, which will give us extra energy from xenomass. It would give us the Xeno Nursery, which would give us plus 10% science and 1 science from Xenomass and specialist slots, and it would allow us to build Xenomass well. So we've got quite a lot of nice stuff potentially coming in. We have a quest decision. The scientific method. The head of our new laboratory has an interesting proposal. At the moment, our research is quite broad. This approach is beneficial, but it is dependent upon building more laboratories in other cities. However, he believes we can increase our scientific progress by focusing our research onto xenoecology. Once we understand the local biology, we should be able to harness it for our scientific endeavours. So, we can either explorer units gain 1 additional expedition module, or we can gain plus 1 science from laboratories. Not too worried about having the expedition module, really. I think we'll take the plus 1 science. We're not really finding an awful lot for our explorers to do right now. This satellite's actually clearing up quite a lot of miasma around here, which is really nice for us. Still 6 turns away from completing that ultrasonic fence. A unit needs orders. You are just going to sit here on alert mode in case anything happens. We are going to need to get another worker up here at some point. Still got a little bit of miasma in the way, but we should get rid of that before the satellite comes down.
When you meet a new neighbor.
And we have our new research. So we get to pick a new research, and I wasn't sure what we should be going into, and what I thought we probably should go for. I mean, there's quite a lot of nice things around. Swarm Robotics could actually be quite useful. Swarm Robotics would give us another level in the Harmony affinity, and it would allow us to build the Drone Sphere, which would give us plus 2 science and plus 10 healing for military units in friendly territory. Provides a free surveillance web in the city where it was bought. That could be quite useful. Defense grid. Do we need any of this stuff? What we do need, because I saw it before and I can't remember what it was, is the Alien Preserve. It's only 6 turns. Let's go ahead and get that queued up. Probably missing out on a lot of wonders by not picking the right things, but oh well. At least we can now build an observatory because we have the Farak site connected up. So let's go ahead and get the observatory built. So that tile is now going to give us quite a bit of stuff, and we are working it as well. So let's just make sure we've got that locked in. So what have we got? What needs orders? The worker, of course. What are we going to do with you? It would be very nice if we could actually go and get a manufactory. Although we could go up here and get the xenomass connected up, so that's probably the next thing we should do. You are just going to sit there on alert mode. You are also going to sit there on alert mode. Trade vessel, you are going to trade with Thabo. Hopefully now that is going to be clear and safe. On to the next turn. I wish there was somewhere up here where it actually told you how many global trade routes you had. You want open borders, that's fine.
For a price.
I know obviously the number of trade routes that you have is dependent on the number of cities and trade depots you have, but it would be nice to see, because I know I'm not using all of my available trade routes, it would be nice to have that information somewhere up here. We're also struggling with happiness again, though it's hardly a surprise. Explorer, what are we going to do with you? Well, we know that satellite's going to come down at some point soon, so I think we're just going to start moving you towards the front. And yeah, I know I'm stopping you in miasma, but not an awful lot I can do about that right now. So on to the next turn. Oh, I'm actually moved up. I'm not at the bottom of the scoreboard anymore. That's nice. Not taking quite so much damage in miasma now because, of course, we are actually... Is there still miasma on that tile? Yep, so we'll move into here and we will heal up. Choose production. Thabo, what are you going to build? Okay, we can now repel those aliens, which is really good for us. A lot of things that we can build here. Getting the farmer lab is probably a really good idea. Ion, you have completed whatever on Earth it was, or again, not on Earth, whatever it was you were building. Network could be good. Certainly useful. Laboratory could be good. +3 science. Let's get a lab going here. Now, is that alien nest actually clear? Because if we can move our gunner out... Yeah, I don't think they can actually get in these tiles anymore because we have the ultrasonic fence has a range of 3. So it should be stopping them getting onto this nest, which would be excellent if that's the case because we can just go and pillage it out straight away. We're going to leave this one down here. It's a little bit too far away to worry about now. Although it may well be worth settling another... city over on this side of the map. We do have quite a bit of room to expand over here, which is really nice. Thabo has grown. You guys are going to go over there and pillage that nest. 25 free energy. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have finished there with you. Let us go onto this tile and we can get a xenomass well. We're actually losing some energy right now. We should really start focusing on that a little bit. So what are we going to do at the capital? Let's start working on the transcendental equation and go on to the next turn. You are going to work on that xenomass well. See, that's building 2 xenomass wells is going to cost us quite a bit of energy. So we certainly need to do something to try and improve our energy output. So that's probably what the focus should be on. Discovered alien life forms.
I may be able to assist you.
Okay, so we've had a covert op go. So science stolen. Agent undetected. Brilliant. Okay, so we've managed to steal some science. What can we get you to do now? We could actually try and get you to steal a technology. Let's go ahead and give that a go. We haven't been caught yet. Doesn't mean we won't get caught. We have another technology to choose. Now what do we go for? This is a very, very interesting question. Alien adaptation. This could be useful. We'd get another point towards our harmony affinity. We'd also get Xenoswarm, which requires 1 xenomass and level 4 in harmony, but it's a harmony unique unit, a mixed squad of human soldiers and adapted alien life forms. Simple, versatile melee assault unit. Could be fun having those, but do we need to really rush towards them? We could go for alien ecology so we can add miasma, but we don't get the benefit from miasma at the moment, so going for that straight away is probably not of that much importance. Let's have a look and see what else there is that we might like to have. That'd be nice, +4 energy. Take a long time to get up there, though. That's a lot of science required. We could go into swarm robotics, of course. It might be nice to get the drones here. I think that's a wonder. I'm not entirely certain. Let's go into swarm robotics, because why not? Let's see. Let's click it, see what happens. You guys can withdraw back into the city now that we've cleared that alien nest. You guys have healed up. You are going to... I'm actually not sure what you're going to do, because there's lots of aliens around and it worries me a little bit. You're probably going to come and cut through these tiles here, and hopefully the aliens will leave you alone if you don't get too close to the nest, but who knows. We have a quest decision. With this new automated repair facility, many of our technicians will find themselves lacking for work. We should make use of this suddenly available manpower. Our military forces can always use a few more technicians on the assembly line. Then again, our orbital network is in need of optimization. Whichever you choose, we should inform the technicians immediately so we know where to report in the morning. So we can either have +1 orbital coverage from repair facilities or +5% production when building military units from repair facilities. I think we'll go for the orbital coverage, because although we don't have many satellites to worry about now, I do think that they're going to become far more important as the game goes on. Let's go into the next turn. Still losing a little bit of money. We're only a couple of turns away, well, 4 turns away from gaining another virtue, so that's going to be quite nice. Yeah, there's an awful lot of alien units around here. I'm actually tempted to bring these guys right the way around to the south. And actually, no, we could actually cut through here. Except there are aliens, so we're still going to be very, very careful. You guys can go back onto guard duty inside the city. That seems like a really good idea. Probably need to get another worker as well at some point. So, Ayan, you have finished whatever it was you were doing. Is there anything here that gives us additional happiness? Not really, but we do need to build an alien preserve. Let's go ahead and do that. It is going to cost us a little bit more energy. We do need to try and squeeze some more energy. I think on the next turn I may actually go in and just have a look at some of the city micromanagement. There's no point going for massive growth right now because we don't really have the happiness to do so, or the health to do so. So we might as well actually have a look and see if we can focus a little bit more on energy and a little bit less on food. There's nothing there that's giving us a massive amount of energy. Let's just have a look in some of our other cities. What you're working seems to make sense. So the capital is the only place we could probably do it. Is there a tile we could work that would give us significantly more energy? There really isn't, actually. We could work this one down here, which would... Let's pull somebody off. See, 4 turns until we grow again. Let's pull somebody off the 3 food. Put you on the 1 food, 1 production, and 2 energy. So it gives us 1 extra energy and 1 extra production. We lose a couple of food. It's only delaying the growth by 1 turn, so it's not actually terrible. And I think before we go on to the next turn, we will call that a video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Beyond Earth, and I'll see you next time. So until then, goodbye for now.